Yeah. Hey, mommies. Welcome to this mindful parenting workshop. Request you all to please switch on your camera. See, it's an interactive workshop, so request you all to mute yourself, but do switch on your camera because we'll be doing certain activities which will help you not only to raise an emotionally intelligent child, but also strengthen your bond with them. Yeah, so dedicate the next 30 to 40 minutes for the well being of your child. Yeah, there's no point in switching off your camera and attending the session because mindfulness is nothing but be in the present moment, right? Yeah, start being present and start being mindful from this workshop itself by switching on your camera. Yeah. So before we start the workshop, let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Lata Tatir. I'm a psychologist and a parenting coach. I have conducted 500 plus workshop and have helped 2000 plus moms in raising emotionally intelligent children in this digital world through my company, Lata's Mind Hub. So today we are talking about the topic mindfulness. Yeah, why mindful parenting is important and how it will help you to raise an emotionally intelligent child and strengthen your bond with them. Okay, so we will be learning interactive activities which you can implement in your daily routine and see the magic. And that implementation will come only when you attend the session mindfully. Yeah, attending the session mindfully means leave all the other work, focus on this session for the next 30 to 35 minutes so that you will be able to help your child. Yeah. So, are you all ready? If yes, then put in the chat box as yes. So, before we start the workshop, I would want to know what is the purpose of joining this workshop? What is your purpose? Please put in the chat box or you can unmute and answer as well. Like if there is any parenting challenge which you're facing to overcome that, are you like attending this workshop or you need to just strengthen your bond with your child or you want to help your child to be more mentally and emotionally strong? What exactly your purpose? Because when you have that clarity of purpose, only then you will be able to help your child. Yes or no? Yeah. So please put in the chat box. Yeah. So there's no purpose. You have just joined because it's a free workshop to strengthen the bond. Yes. Yeah. So let me share the PPT and guide you all with this workshop. Till then, I would request you all to please switch on your camera and make this session interactive. So can anyone let me know if you're able to see the screen? Can unmute and say yes, because I'm not able to see the chat box.
Yes, we
Yes,
can see the
yes,
screen.
Yeah.
We can see.
Thank you. Thank you. So, welcome, mommies, for this mindful parenting workshop, wherein you will learn how to raise an emotionally intelligent child and strengthen your bond with them. What exactly is mindful parenting? Mindful parenting is nothing but a conscious, present, and compassionate way of raising your children. It means paying full attention to your child in the moment without judgment, without reacting emotionally, or letting your own stress take over. Have you observed that whenever your child trying to seek attention, we are already overwhelmed with lot of thoughts or responsibilities which is making us to pass on our stress to them? Yes or no? Please be honest because this is a non-judgmental platform.
Yes,
Yeah, be honest. Unintentionally we are passing that stress to our children, right?
yes.
yes,
Yeah. So do you want to work on it so that you don't repeat that? Yeah.
yes, sure.
Yeah. And have you also observed the pattern of parenting which our parents followed? Okay, we know that pattern was not right, but they unintentionally used that because at that moment they had that much of awareness and they did the best. Our parents did best for us. Yeah. But some or the other way, even in spite of knowing that that parenting style will not work, are we following the same with our children? Yeah. Be honest. Don't worry. Yeah, because I'm a mother of a 10-year-old child. I was struggling in my parenting journey. Okay. That made me get into this business of psychology. Yeah. And that motivated me to help many moms because I have experienced that pain. Yeah. So are you all ready to be more mindful parent?
Yes.
Yeah. Please put in the chat box as ready because I want that excitement. When you have that excitement, you will be able to help your child, right? So we have to be present in the moment instead of passing our stress. See, we moms have multiple responsibilities. I know we are juggling with lot of things. Yeah, taking care of family members, taking care of your career, or many things, many more. But are we doing the same? What, how we are treating our children in the moment of chaos? Are we doing the same with other people in the family? We are very conscious with our in-laws, right? We are very conscious with our partner, but when it comes to our children, we tend to just बाद में बात करेंगे. Yeah, we'll say that, okay, why don't you listen to me? Even if that is a small mistake, we tend to get angry. Yeah. Why we do that only with our children? Can anyone answer me? See, this is not just a workshop wherein I will share the PPT and make the session boring. I want to interact with you all, try to know what challenges you're facing so that I can help you out. Yeah. Secure zone, right?
I think we
And an
can ignore
authority,
them. We can ignore them because they will not answer us back, but we can't ignore the other members of our family.
right? Right. See, we are on authority position, right, with our children, but
Yeah,
we are
kind
not
of.
in authority position with our partner or with our in-laws. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
वंश
yeah.
और क्या लेके जाओगे?
Just
पता
a
नहीं.
second, no? Just a second. I'll mute. Please
वंश
request you
और
all
क्या
to
लेके?
mute yourself once you answer the question so that there's no disturbance. Okay. See, the thing is, when we don't resolve our issues with any other areas of our lives which we are dealing with, we'll not be able to help our children to raise an emotionally intelligent one. You know why? Because children mirror us. We are spending the maximum time with our children. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So be mindful of the choice of words you use with your child. Be mindful of the actions which you take in front of your child because they are watching you. They learn what they see, they don't learn what we say. Yeah, true. You say a lot of things, you give a lot of advices to your child, but they do what they see, not what we say. Yeah. So this workshop is completely focused on moms, completely focused on your working on your parenting style, not working on your child's behavior. Remember, because हमको पहले roots से काम करना है ना. If the seed is not good, how it will grow into a good tree? खाली कुछ भी करके बस पानी डालते रहो रोज और सोचो कि बहुत पेड़ बनेगा और अच्छे फ्रूट्स आएंगे. If the seed is not good, will it lead to a good fruits, a healthy fruit?
No.
So just think about it yourself as a seed, and a tree is your child, the fruits is your child, and every day you have to water with love, care, nurture. I'm not saying that ignore their mistakes, don't discipline them. No, you have to do that because you're a parent, you are not a friend to your child, right? You are a mentor to your children. You have to guide them on the right path because currently in this digital world there are a lot of challenges our children might face. Are you making your children future ready to face these challenges? Yeah. Are you all ready? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So let me share the screen again. See, what mindful parenting means is like listening with full presence, not multitasking or being distracted. You might have seen a video of like if you're watching Insta Reels or YouTube Shorts, you might have seen a video in which a dad is completely engaged in, like, a dad or a mom is using mobile and a child is trying to seek the attention, but the parent was not giving full attention. But after few years, when the parent wanted an attention, the child was engrossed in mobile. Yes or no? Yeah. So always remember, when your child wants an attention, you should not do multitasking. You should completely focus on your child. Okay. Respond instead of reacting. 90% of the time, even not 90%, 99% of the time, we react. We don't respond. Okay. We don't pause. Like, we just try to control that situation because we are not having the control of other problems which we have in our life, but we feel that we have control over our child's life because we have brought them in this world. So we try to control that area wherein we are ruining our relationship with our children. And understanding your child's emotion even if they are throwing a tantrum. See, when your child is throwing a tantrum, or you feel that they are misbehaving, that means they are trying, they are crying for help. Okay, they are asking for help, they are asking for your attention. Without judging, you have to understand your child's emotion, managing your own stress so that it doesn't spill onto your child. That is the first thing which you need to work on. Then practicing empathy even when your child's behavior frustrates you, because those qualities the children will learn from you. Okay. So tell me, in these areas, which one would you want to work on first? Be mindfully present when they are throwing tantrum or working on your stress. Which one would you want to choose on priority? We have to follow everything. Okay. I will not leave you that, okay, I will choose only one. Just on priority, which one would you want to?
Mindful present.
Okay. Yeah. At moms, you can put in the chat box as well if you can't unmute. See, you should have a clarity, right? Which one you would want to work on priority. Yeah. Yeah. Great. Oh, showing tantrums. Yes. Yes. So let's do few activities which will give you more clarity. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. So let's do this icebreaker activity wherein first you have to close your eyes, sit straight, keep all this. If you have any stuff in your hand, please keep it aside. Close your eyes. Visualize a word or an image that represents your current parenting experience. Okay, it might be chaos, it may be joy, it might be exhausting, or even magical, whatever feels true to you. When it comes to parenting your child, what is that one image comes to your mind? Image or word, whatever it might be, which describes your parenting journey. If you're able to visualize it, open your eyes and draw that image and write the word below. Okay, open your eyes and draw that image. It can be mix of both, okay, joy and chaos as well, right? So whatever came to your mind when you visualized, put it on the paper. Bring the emotion on the paper and use crayons to color it. Okay, use a pencil to draw and use crayons. Whatever colors you feel like you are able to align about the feeling which you are having related to your parenting, use those colors. Yeah, yeah, even emoji is also fine, Nidhi. See, parenting journey, that feeling is different for different moms, right? Whatever comes to your mind, bring it on the paper. And Nidhi, I would want you to share it. Switch on your camera and do share it. See, request you all to do the activity in the session itself, because watching the recording and doing the activity will not help you out, right? Be mindful, be present in this moment, prioritize your and your child's well being by attending this session mindfully. So, what emoji you have drawn, Nidhi? Can you share it in the chat box if you're not able to switch on your camera? Irritation. Right. Okay. Mine is peace, but chaos as well. Oh, Neha, cute one. What is the meaning of this? Can you unmute or you can put in the chat box as well? You're on mute,
Okay,
Neha. Yeah.
are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So this is actually a roller coaster ride, which very similar to sinusoidal wave. So
Right.
sometimes it's really, that you can say I don't know, the purest form of joy of
Right.
being a mother. And
Right.
sometimes it's just down the drain, the exhaustion of
Right.
dealing with,
Very true.
I don't know, the most unknown and the most unreasonable feelings of the child. So that's how it is right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. I think Preeti shared one pic. I'm not able to. Yeah. It's a happy and last. Okay. Yeah. So, anyone would want to share their experience? Ranbala, Payal ma'am, or you can put in the chat box as well. Yeah, Payal.
It's like a rainy season. कभी रेनबो होता है तो कभी क्लाउड्स आ जाते हैं. लाइक
Okay, happy and last.
कभी एकदम डार्क ऐसा दिखता है कि भाई अभी क्या करना, मतलब ऐसे समटाइम समझ में नहीं आता है कुछ भी. और कभी कभी एकदम
Hmm.
अच्छा लगता है, जैसे रेनी सीजन में कभी कभी बहुत अच्छा लगता है. और बहुत ज्यादा बारिश हो गई या बहुत
Ah,
क्लाउडी बहुत है तो अब कैसे करें, लाइक क्वेश्चन मार्क आ जाता है कि अब इसको कैसे हैंडल करें. लाइक
right. See, one question I would want to ask you all, that are you a parent who say to your child very often that don't get angry, and you tend to get angry at each and every mistake which they do or if they don't listen to you? Yes or no? Right. Yeah. So, emotionally regulating yourself is very important. Okay, when you are emotionally dysregulated, no matter how much ever the instruction you give to your child, it will not work because they mirror us. Okay, so Ranbal ma'am, can you share yours so that we can move on with the next one? You're on mute. Yeah. Okay. Loved and what is the below one? I'm not able to see.
It's tight hug.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. So why we did this icebreaker activity is this activity, this exercise basically make you aware of where you're starting from. Okay, because parenting is not a destination, it is a journey, and awareness is our first step towards change. See, you have joined this workshop to bring some changes which could contribute positively to your parenting journey and to your child. Yes or no? Yeah. Then that the first step will start with awareness, and through this activity you are very much aware that where you are starting from. Clear? Now let's understand the child's brain, because when you understand the psychology behind it, you will be able to help your child in a right way. So the brain, first we need to understand that the brain is still under construction until mid 20s. So children aren't mini adults, their prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain which is responsible for reasoning, impulse control and problem solving is still developing. Just an example. See, we are all in 30s or 40s. Yeah, the whoever has joined, I feel that they are above 30. Okay, I'm just imagining between 30 40. In spite of our prefrontal cortex being fully developed, we get impulsive, we get angry at small things, we yell, we scream, right? Then how we can expect our children to not to do the same, as their prefrontal cortex is still under development, right? That means they need a safe space of non-judgmental area, or the person who should not judge and give them a safe space to express their emotions so that they'll learn how to regulate themselves. Okay, this means that they often can't regulate these emotions like adults do. See, now if you go through, like, complete this workshop, by the end of the workshop you will be much more aware and you will try to implement it in your parenting journey and you may get the results as well. But the children might not often regulate their emotions because their prefrontal cortex is still under development. So when you have that acceptance, when your child throw tantrum, you will be providing a help to overcome that. So you will not control your child. You will control the environment and help your child. So they are not giving you a hard time. They are having a hard time because they don't know how to express that. Okay. So as a mom, if you have brought them in the world, it's your responsibility to guide them to regulate. Clear? So let's understand more in detail. So by Dr. Dan Siegel, he has explained the brain in two parts. One is upstairs and downstairs brain. You all can see this picture. Yeah, upstairs and downstairs. See, upstairs brain is wherein logic, decision making, and empathy is there. In downstairs brain, emotions, fight, flight, freeze responses are there. Whenever we get angry or stressed, our brain switches into a fight flight mode, and we tend to yell, scream, or the children might hit as well unknowingly because that logical thinking of the brain will stop working and the emotional will work. Okay, so when kids are overwhelmed, their downstairs brain takes over, leading to yelling, crying, hitting, or shutting down. So if I will just zoom it so you all can have a look at this picture. Can you see it clearly? See the downstairs brain, which is focused on the emotions one is still under construction, and so that is where they are feeling that overwhelm. Okay, they are not able to express it in a healthier way. Okay, is it clear? So your calm nervous system calms there. Okay, your nervous system means the mom's nervous system is directly proportional to the child's nervous system. Children co-regulate with us. When you handle the challenging situations in a calm way, you will be able to see that your child will also model that behavior. Okay, your response becomes their roadmap. Yeah, so will you start working on your emotional regulation? Yeah, are you
Yes.
ready to learn?
Yes.
Yeah. So now you have to understand that they are not being difficult. You should not label your child as stubborn or lazy or many more things which we try to label our child, right? Yeah, our angry child. Some of the other ways we use a lot of negative words for our children or a difficult child to handle. Yeah. So we need to understand that they are not being difficult. Their brain is overwhelmed. Okay. So now let's understand what are the common parenting pitfalls in this digital age. See, for example, nowadays children are playing like a lot. They are addicted to gadgets. They are watching reels, the short videos. They are addicted to gaming, right? So, what are your common words which you say to your child? Stop watching videos now. Yeah, you use these phrases. Any phrases which you use it very often, please put in the chat box. Why don't you ever listen? Put the phone down. See, these are few three examples I have shared. You can share yours. Which is the sentence you often use when your child is addicted to gadgets? All these. Okay. Yeah. Stop screen time. And when you say stop screen time, does your child instantly stop? No, right? No. Yeah. Because that is not helping them in any way, right? So we need to learn the strategies. Yeah. So these are the modern day parenting battles because when we yell or threaten them, okay, if you don't put your phone down, I will not cook your favorite meal. Or if you don't put your phone down, we'll not go out for a picnic. So we try to threaten our children to follow our instructions, right? So when you do that, your child shut down emotionally, and instead of teaching, you will end up punishing your child because your child is not listening to you. Mindful parenting, what it does is when you do the mindful parenting, you shift the focus from control to connection. So instead of controlling the behavior of your child, you try to build a connection with your child. It gives you the tools to respond calmly, set boundaries gently, and truly connect with your child, even in the chaos. Let's say that they are watching reels or they're playing some online game. Instead of threatening them, you need to say that I can understand that you want to play more. But now as you have to set boundaries that between this time they have to this schedule, or for this many minutes they can use the screen. If it is exceeding, before 5 minutes you try to remind your child and tell them and empathize with them that I know you want to play the game, but there are other things which needs to be done as well. So take 5 minutes, complete that, and then get back to the work which you have to complete. So when you empathize, so acknowledge, validate, empathize, this formula you have to use to build connection with your child. Acknowledge that your child is, the dopamine is releasing in the brain which is making them to watch the screen for hours, right? When we don't set boundaries, that is where we will find difficulty in like helping the child to overcome that screen addiction. So acknowledge, then validate that yes, I can understand that you want to play the game more, but and then you have to empathize with your child that I can feel that emotion which you are feeling currently, but we have to focus on other work as well. And if they are not following instruction, you have to punish them, not by hitting or yelling or screaming at them. You have to like they have to bear the logical consequences. Okay, so you have to mention clearly in the schedule that if they don't follow this, these are the consequences they have to face, and you have to be consistent with that. Only then setting boundaries will be helpful. So let us do a guided art reflection activity which is called Mirror Me. Okay, so in this activity, you have to just close your eyes. Think about a recent meltdown or a misbehavior your child had recently. Okay, just close your eyes and recall that moment again, and draw a quick image, or you can write 2 to 3 words describing how you responded in that moment. Okay, close your eyes, recall the recent moment where your child misbehaved or did not listen to your instruction, which created chaos or a fight. How did you respond? You have to create an image, or you have to write in 2 to 3 words or sentences. Be honest, whatever you have said to your child, okay? We are moms. See, I am a psychologist and a parenting coach, but still, I am a human being, right? I tend to say something which I don't intend to say sometimes, but consciously, again, I'll be aware that no, I have to apologize to my child. Yeah, I have to understand my child's feelings. So put in the chat box. If you have drawn the image, you can show it on the screen as well. If you have written something, you can explain it in the chat box. See, after the workshop is done, please share the pictures in the group. I'll be opening the group. Okay, do share the pictures. React immediately. Yes. Now, when you react immediately, impulsive, anger, and calm, right? True. Very true. Yell is common. Sometimes stop talking. Yeah, giving the silent treatment is, we moms are very an expert in that, right? Getting angry, yelling, and giving silent treatment. We are all experts in that. Yeah. And sometimes we see that our children are also doing the same. So now what you have to do, pause for a minute and think that block this phone time for a day. Okay. Now reflect, how did your child mirror your emotion in that moment? What was your child's response? Did your child mirror the same of your response in this moment or in any other reactive moments? If you yell, they yell back. Or if you yell, they were giving you the silent treatment.
Yes.
Yeah. See, this is a mirror me exercise. In this, you got that awareness that children are mirroring your behavior. Unknowingly, you're teaching the wrong things, yeah, to be implemented when they feel something that if doesn't go according to our way, what we need to do. Okay, if something is not going to according to my mom's way, she yells, she screams, she get angry, or she give the silent treatment. Then I should also do the same. This is what the message our children are getting. Yes or no? Got the awareness through this activity? Yeah? Okay, so let's move on with the next one. See, this mirror effect, our children mirror how we respond more than what we say. When we choose calm, they learn calm. Let's say that in spite of learning few activities, you tend to get impulsive, but the moment you get that awareness that I have to be calm, you can apologize to your child and be in a calm state so that your child will also learn the same and the frequency of impulsiveness will reduce. Okay, it will not go to zero the very moment you decide to do practice calmness. It will take bit time because from years you are following these things and it will take bit time to implement and get the results. So when we react, they react louder. So mindfulness help us pause before that reaction and and change the outcome. Okay, let's learn the emotional regulation technique, which will help you to regulate your own emotions and become the calmer version of yourself so that your child will also mirror the same. If you all are ready to learn these techniques, put in the chat box that I am ready. See, I should get the response from all of you in the chat box, only then I will be sharing the next slide. Yeah, thank you. So, three simple science backed techniques to help you handle difficult moments calmly. The first one is the stop tool. Have you all seen the stop, the red signal? Yeah. What we do in the red signal in the traffic when we get the red, do you drive? Do you break the rule? Answer me. Do you break the rule or you stop? Why that red color is used in the traffic? So that there will be no chaos, so that there will be no accident, and everyone can move, right? When their turn comes. So the same thing. To reduce the chaos, to reduce the fight, to reduce those accidents, we have to stop. Okay? So remember this. So how you have to practice this technique is stop before there is a for S stands for stop before reacting. T is take three deep breaths. O is observe your emotion without judgment. P is proceed mindfully with a response. I know it's not that easy, but giving birth to a child was also not so easy, right? Yeah, you had that 9 months of experience. You guys still remember it, right? Yes or no? If you can do that, why you can't do this technique? Yeah. So let's practice this now itself. So just close your eyes. Okay, close your eyes and recall a new moment wherein your child had a meltdown. Recall any other moment except the one which you have previously done. Recall any other moment where there was a huge fight between you and your child. Okay, because when you're able to create that mental image in your mind and do the activity, you will be able to, your brain will remind you to do this when it happens again. Okay, so now see that your child is visualize that your child is using the mobile. Let me give one example if you're not able to visualize. Just imagine that your child is using a mobile and in spite of giving multiple instruction, the child is not giving back that gadget to you. So instead of reacting impulsively, you will say to yourself, stop or pause. Now take three deep breaths. In deep breath, how you have to do? You have to inhale through nose up till your tummy, up till your abdomen, and you have to exhale through mouth. Inhale through nose, exhale through mouth. Repeat two more times. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now try to observe what emotion, without any judgment, whatever the emotion is running in your mind, you're seeing that your child is not listening to your instruction. What are the emotions? Just accept that. Observe your emotion without judging yourself. Now think what you will respond to your child instead of reacting. How would you guide your child? What is the statement you would use? Instead of using a negative statement, I would request you to rephrase it wherein you can include that acknowledge, validate, and empathize thing in that statement, which will help your child to connect with you rather than correcting the behavior. Okay. Open your eyes and tell me, where was your did you respond or react? When you took a deep breath, that instant you're giving a pause to your brain to stop that impulsiveness. Taking a pause is very important. Okay. See, we are alive because we are breathing, right? Are we breathing consciously or subconsciously? Subconsciously. Whole day we are not doing like this, no? No, we are not doing that way, right? It's subconsciously. So when you want to become yourself in the present moment, or when you want to stop that back end thoughts which is burdening you or creating burnout, you have to pause and do the deep breath so that you will understand that, okay, my child needs help. I should not pass on my stress to my child. So taking that pause and doing the deep breath will help you. Clear? Yeah. So let's move on with the next activity. Second one is breathe grounding. Okay. See, this is where you can do is, let's say that you, if you want to, yeah, there's one grounding technique wherein we all have five senses. What are those five senses? Tell me. Let us learn the class one. Let's go back to our class one and learn. Tell me, what are those five senses? A grounding technique. Yeah. See, touch, feel, hear, smell, right? Let's say that you are doing a deep breath exercise, or instantly deep breath exercise is not coming into your mind. So instantly you can do this grounding practice wherein, tell me what you're able to see now. Say, tell me two things which you are able to see now. I can see you guys and I can see a glass of water. Okay. You tell me what two things you can see around yourself now. Put in the chat box. Then mention two things which you can hear. I can hear my own voice and I can hear the sound of the fan. So I'm just giving an example. Don't copy the same, okay? Yeah. Then two things which you can touch. Yes. Yeah, mobile screen table. Two things which you can touch. Two things which you can see, hear, touch, smell. Now focus the senses towards smell. What are you able to smell? I am able to smell pulao because I made that for dinner. So it's my favorite dish. I'm able to smell that. Okay. And room freshener. Okay. Smell and taste. If you had something, if you are able to taste that, you can write that. Or if you are able to taste your saliva, you can write that. Whatever the two things which you can taste now, which you are able to feel that taste now. Okay, tea, toast. Okay. So now, as you were focusing on senses one by one, did you observe that any other thoughts was bothering you in the back end of your mind? Did any thoughts bothered you, or you were completely focused in the session doing the activity of aligning? Right? Why? Because when you're overwhelmed or you get impulsive, only when your five senses are not aligned together. Mind is somewhere, your body is present when your child is seeking for attention, but your mind is somewhere thinking some other thoughts, getting overwhelmed with some other stuffs, and then you're passing on the stress to your child, right? When they don't listen to you. But when you align yourself, all your five senses together through this grounding practice, you will be able to come in the present moment. So instantly, when you face any challenging situation, look for one thing, at least in that moment. One thing you can see, one thing you can touch, feel, hear, taste, and then do the deep breath 3 times and then respond. I know it's not that easy, but with consistent practice, what you can do every day in the morning, start your day with this grounding practice and deep breath exercise. Okay? And before going to bed. Why early in the morning and before going to bed? I'm telling you because, see, we have two minds, subconscious mind and conscious mind, right? 90% is a subconscious mind. And 90% of our behavior is driven by our subconscious mind. That is why we tend to say something which we don't intend to say in the impulsive situation, right? In that chaotic situation, and we tend to regret. Okay, how come I said these things in this situation? Why? Because it is driven by your subconscious mind. So we have to reprogram our subconscious mind. So subconscious mind is receptive and highly active in the early morning once you wake up and while going to bed. Promise me you will all learn, like, practice this grounding technique. Yeah, breathe grounding. So you have to practice this breathe grounding technique early in the morning once you wake up and before going to bed. What you have to do, you have to align all your five senses one by one. Look for one thing which you can see, one thing which you can hear, taste, feel, okay, and touch. And then do the deep breath exercise wherein inhale through nose up till your abdomen. If you can't feel it, you can keep your right hand on your tummy. When you inhale, you have to fill your breath till your tummy. If you just do it, it is not a deep breath. If you're feeling only the breath with in the like in the till the lungs area will not help you. You have to feel that breath. Do it now in front of me. Do it now and see that you will feel more calm. Breathe in. Keep your right hand on your tummy. Breathe in. Breathe out through your mouth. Open your mouth widely. In this camera, your cavity tooth will not be visible, okay? Don't worry. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale through nose, exhale through mouth. Now tell me, were you able to feel bit of calmness, at least 10% of calmness? Then just think that when you are in that impulsive mode of reacting, when you do this activity, you will be able to see the difference. And if you want your brain to remind you to do these activities in the chaotic situation, you have to practice consistently in the morning, once you wake up, and before going to bed. Promise me that you will do. I commit. Put in the chat box as I commit. So that I can share you the last activity. Okay. So the technique 3 is emotion coaching script. So there are few scripts which I have created. You can create your own script as per the situation you face. Let's say that for a child who is angry, you can use that. I can see you are really angry right now. It's okay to feel angry. By saying that, see, first you're acknowledging that your child is angry. Second, you're validating that it's okay to feel angry. You are not making your child feel guilty that why they are angry. We are humans, we will get angry, right? Then you're validating that emotion that as you're feeling angry, let me help you. Let us take few deep breath together and talk about what made you feel the way. Okay, let's say that your child is not ready to do the exercise. No worries, give them that space to release that and then talk about it when they are ready. This will work because you are validating their emotion, you are modeling calmness and offers co-regulation without judgment. So you're not judging your child why they are angry. It is such a small thing. Why you're getting angry? This is how we respond, right? In that way, you're invalidating their emotions. And when they grow up into teens, they will stop sharing the problems which they are facing in their life. And it will be really difficult for us to build connection at that point of time. Second script is for a child who is crying or sad. Let's say that you can say, you're feeling really upset now, and that's okay. I'm here for you. Do you want a hug or do you want some space? Okay, when you say this, you are giving the child control over how they want the support. Instead of we forcing them and giving them what they don't want, we are giving them the choice that what kind of support they want from us while acknowledging their emotional need. Third one is for a child who is frustrated. Looks like this, like it's really hard for you and you're getting frustrated. This happens to all of us. Even I do get frustrated. So when you give your own example and you will guide your child that take a break or come back to it together, or we can discuss it later when you're ready, you will normalize that it's okay to feel frustrated and you're offering a collaborative solution related to the pressure rather than punishment. Okay, so these are just few examples. As a part of assignment, what I would say that whatever the three statements which you often say to your child, which is increasing the meltdown or the yelling cycle, you're not able to break the yelling cycle, write that statement in the left part of the paper. put a column, and on the right end, you have to rephrase that into a positive one. I will be sharing these three examples. Okay, you come up with your three own examples with a negative statement on the left side and convert that into a positive one on the right side and share it with me. Because when you do it, this activity, you will be able to practice it in the real life when you face that situation. Okay, your brain will remind you because you have created that positive statement out of negative. Now let's focus on what are the bond boosting rituals and connection practices. Want to know the secret? Yeah, it's not about the time you spend with your child, it's always about the quality of time. You see that, okay, I'm with my child 24 by 7, I'm always available for my child, but are you really present? Being available and being present is a different thing. Okay, so it's not always about the quantity, it's about the quality. Try this simple daily ritual which is called rose bud and thorn. I would want you all to do this activity tonight before going to bed with your child and share the experience with me. Okay, wherein the rose is the thing wherein you will ask your child what is the best moment of today. Okay, and bud is what you are excited about, and thorn is what was tough. Okay, just 5 to 10 minutes of this intentional conversation daily can rebuild emotional closeness even after a long or hard day. Okay, because they will feel that, okay, instead of my mom asking me to study or asking me to put on the clothes on the right place, put in the shoes on the right place, or giving the instructions to do the work or do not to do, you are asking about their day. How was their day? What was their best moment? What were they excited about? What was tough? So that you can build more connection over correction. Always focus on building connection over correction. Okay, so I will be sharing this screenshot with you all, the rosebud thorn. Please do this activity tonight before going to bed with your child. Practice this for the next 1 week and see how your child is able to, like how you are able to build more, strengthen your connection with your child easily. See, remember, every child is different, but you don't need to be perfect. There is no term called perfect parenting. We are learning to be a mindful parent to raise our children in the right way in this digital world. So don't focus on perfection, just be mindful. You just need to be present and willing to grow with your child. Now, let's end the session with a visualization and affirmation wherein imagine yourself responding calmly during the next meltdown. Let's say that just recall, let's just imagine that there is a next meltdown which might happen, which is a repeating cycle maybe, and you are trying to respond, not react. You are staying centered and peaceful. Close your eyes. Take one or two deep breaths and try to visualize that instead of yelling at your child, you are responding calmly with a positive statement. Okay? Try to take 1 more minute to visualize that. Bring yourself to the present moment by doing the deep breath and then visualize that you are responding calmly to your child. And now repeat after me this statement: I'm calm, present, empowered mom. Keep your right hand on your heart and repeat this. I'm a calm, present, empowered mom. I guide my child with love and understanding. Pause, breathe, and smile. See, you're not alone. You're doing better than you think. Don't ever get into other people, like what other people's opinions are about your parenting. You know you are giving your best. Just work on your parenting style for your well being and for your child's well being. Okay, this is just a beginning of a more peaceful parenting journey. Now, let me tell you more benefits of mindfulness so that you will get more clarity that how practicing mindfulness will help you as a mom. First thing is you will not react, you will respond. When you respond, the chances of frustration and stress will reduce. Second is regulate your emotions because when you are a calm, you will be able to teach emotional regulation without saying a word to your child because your child mirror your behavior. Third is it will reduce anxiety and overwhelm because just 10 minutes of mindfulness, if you practice every day, it will lower your stress hormone, which is called cortisol. Okay, and it will also help you to feel more centered even on tough days. Always remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Mindfulness will help you to refill it. Okay, so you guys tell me whether you are ready to refill your emotional cup with mindfulness. Yeah, let's say that this is your emotional cup, and whole day you're feeling this with stress, anxiety, overwhelm, burnout. When your child is coming to seek attention, what you will pour? Same stress, overwhelm, anxiety, yelling, screaming, right? So, what we have to do? Replace this with mindfulness. Fill this cup with mindfulness, right? So, now let me guide you with 5 more minutes. I will just take next 5 minutes with to you all on how I can help you in practicing mindfulness in your daily routine. Okay, because we moms are always ready to do everything for our child, but when it comes to ourselves, we want someone who could push us to do those things every day. Yes or no? Yeah, so that's where I come into the picture, wherein I will tell you how I can help you out in creating more mindfulness in your parenting journey. So, are you all ready to become the calmest and happier version of yourself to strengthen your bond with your child? Then please put in the chat box as yes so that I can share the next slide. So, I am coming up with this 30-day mindfulness challenge wherein we will be sharing 10-minute alternate day activities to bring you more peace, presence, and positivity into your parenting. So, this will be a WhatsApp challenge wherein every alternate days we will be posting one activity each, which will hardly take 10 minutes for you to do the activity in the whole day, which will bring you more peace, presence, and positivity. So the challenge of I don't have time, I'm busy, I have a lot of things to do, I can't do, everything will go off if you take up this challenge. Then there'll be learn emotional check-ins, breathing tools, mindful journaling, and art-based calm practices, which help you make more mindful and calm parent. It will not only help your emotional, like improve your emotional strength, but it will also help you to improve your focus, patience, and connection with your child. So what is included over here is exclusive WhatsApp support group will be there. An accountability partner will be assigned to you who will check on with you whether you did the activity or not, what challenges you're facing. And if you're facing any challenges, they will guide you to overcome that challenge. Because when you know that someone is there who is supporting you to do those activities, you will be able to complete it. And weekly reflection prompts will be shared, and 2 live Q&A sessions we will be having with parenting experts, so that wherever you face any challenge, we will be there to guide you at each and every step. Okay, so any questions you have, feel free to ask me, else I will share the next slide. Yeah, Neha, can you please mute yourself? I'm not able to mute you, there's a disturbance. Okay, so this is a WhatsApp challenge wherein every alternate days we will be sharing 10-minute activity, which is very easy to follow. Accountability partner will be assigned to you. They will check on with you if you are facing any challenges. They will guide you to overcome that challenge. And in the span of 30-day program, 2 live Q&A sessions will be provided with parenting experts. So the people who have joined this program, for them, I'm providing an exclusive 50% discount for this program, wherein the actual price is 2000, but special offer for you all who have attended today is 1000 rupees for the first 5 enrollments. Okay, it's only 1000 rupees for this 30-day challenge. In this 1 month, whatever you will be able to learn, that will convert into a daily routine, because you're reprogramming your subconscious mind through that mindfulness. So you're not only helping your child to raise emotionally intelligent and strengthen your bond with them, but you will also learn how to avoid getting burnout, how to manage your stress, and become more uh, healthier, mentally healthier mom. Okay, and a more mindful mom as well. So ready to transform your parenting journey? You can register your spot now. So let's nurture your kids to become emotionally intelligent rockstar by starting your mindful parenting journey today. So let's take up a Q&A. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask me the in the chat box, or you can. Neha, can you mute, please? Yeah, yeah. Tell me if you have any questions. Any questions related to this workshop? Please put in the chat box. If not, can anyone share me what was their experience regarding this workshop? Were you able to learn something new, or it motivated you to transform your parenting journey? Yeah. Anyone would want to share their experience? Yeah. Was it fruitful?
Hello,
Was investing
are
this
you able
45
to
minutes
hear
was
me?
fruitful?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, of
Per
course.
day, will it be of no,
Because
no, ma'am.
there
Don't get
I
confused.
observed there are certain things.
Okay. See,
So
request you
I
all. I'll be
observed that
really
there are
grateful
certain
if
things
you all
which I
can
can
share the.
definitely.
Yeah. I would be like really grateful if you all can share the review in the group, in the WhatsApp group, so that it can motivate the moms who missed the session today and go through the recordings, because you can inspire many other moms to bring those changes in their parenting journey. Okay. See, let me clear about this 30-day program once again, because there are a few questions. 30-day, you are not attending 30 live sessions. You will, once you register, we will make you join a WhatsApp group. In that group, we will share the activities every alternate days. We will give you clear instructions what exactly you have to do that 10-minute exercise. If you have any questions, any queries, any challenges, an accountability partner will be assigned and you have to ask the questions to them. They will guide you what you have to do and do the complete the activity. And once you complete within 24 to 48 hours, you have to update in the group that you did it and this is the change you felt. Okay. So that every day, every alternate days, when you will do the activity, within 30 days you will be doing 15 activities which will rewire your subconscious mind to become more calmer and happier version of yourself and reduce your cortisol hormone, which will contribute positively to your mental and physical well-being. When you're a healthy mom, you will be able to raise a healthy child. When you're a happy mom, you will be able to raise a happy child, right? In this 30-day program, there will be 2 live Q&A sessions which will be there. So after 15 days, one session will be there wherein we will discuss about those 15 activities and we will clear all your questions in the live session. You can ask the question in the message in the WhatsApp group as well, but we will conduct one live session there. And after the end of the 30-day program, again, we will be having one more live session with the parenting experts. Okay. Along with me, there will be few more parenting experts so that we can guide you better. So this is the program wherein, in spite of you not having time, you can join this program and see the difference. Okay. Because taking out 10 minutes, if you give excuses, then you have hours to fight with your child. Now you decide which one would you want to choose. Hours of fight or minutes of mindfulness to transform that parenting journey. Okay. Yeah, I will be opening the group. First, share the pictures of the activities and then do share a feedback, because that will, I'll be really grateful for you all to attend this workshop, because I kept it free so that I would want more and more moms to experience this difference. Okay. It will be a kind of energy exchange if you all able to share the feedback. Yeah. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.